Hi, everyone.
Hello. Hi.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. This like Zoom thing on my computer was like not working.
No, you're fine. I was kind of just trying to go over my notes and everything like that,
Yeah. And then I think we might be missing one person, but
wherever they're at.
yeah, and then Stefan is your camera's off. Okay. Yeah, I like printed out the nominal group technique page from the book too. So that's my
Yeah,
note.
yeah.
Um,
I didn't have a printer myself available to me. If I was at work right now, I'd be able to do that, but I'm just like going over my Word document over the interview and everything like that.
yeah,
So I have like a lot of tabs open right now.
me too. I think that's probably why I was going slow.
I
Okay,
feel
so
like a lot of little pitter patters. I have two dogs in here, so
mhm. Yeah, I have one, so it's okay. Okay, I don't know if everyone's ready to get started. I think the whole objective was to find the three top um what is it? The three top communication skills
yeah.
in order of most important to least important or least important to most important.
I think it was like the top three, if I'm not mistaken, but I'm not sure if um she wanted us to do it based on our interview that we had or based on the just like what's in the textbook.
Yeah, identify the top three communication skills as rank ordered by your group. So yeah, I guess it's like the three top ones, but which ones are most important from one to three. That's what ranking means, right?
Easy.
Okay. Okay. All right. Oh, are you there, Stefan?
Might be struggling over there. I don't blame him. This is like my first or second time ever using video.
Yeah, Zoom is like so I've used Microsoft Teams, but Zoom is like, oh my goodness. Okay, so, and we're supposed to be using the interview assignment that we did, correct? Yeah. Okay. Well, hoping everyone's ready. And then we can use the chat box for any like notes or anything like that. I think that's what we're supposed to do. Let me send him a little note and see if he can at least respond. Okay.
Hello, 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 hello,
There
hello.
you are. Hi.
What's up?
Hi.
Is it
What's
Zoom
up?
giving you trouble?
No, I just woke up. I was trying.
I
Nice.
feel I want to go to
A
sleep, but it's
second.
okay. Okay, so
A second.
assuming that the last person may be late or I don't know, isn't coming, I guess we can go ahead and get started. And me and Devin were just going over the objective of the assignment, which I believe was to use the interview that we did last week about the communication skills and to find the top three in rank order as a group
Uh,
using the nominal group technique.
okay. Okay, now that I'm a little bit more awake and now that you guys can see me and all that fun stuff, if you guys don't mind me kind of giving my opinion on what the thingy is asking us mainly.
Okay.
It's not necessarily what we think. It's not necessarily just what based off of our all of our decisions and based off of our interview and all that stuff, but I don't know.
I think the understanding will be a little clearer when we kind of go over the steps of the nominal group technique.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay. So should we go over all the steps at once or should we just go one by one? Does everybody have the
Um,
steps in front of them or?
I think we should go over all the steps, and then if at any point there's any confusion, we could just like clarify whenever we reach every new step.
Right. Okay. So, we have like an hour, right? And but we can go longer than that. It said on there, I guess. But assuming we were to just have an hour, stage one is introduction and explanations, which um I think we did for the most part. And I think that takes about 5 to 10 minutes. Silent generation of ideas. Now that's all of us kind of brainstorming without conversating at first with each other, like off to ourselves, writing down as many ideas as possible as we can possibly think of. However, I don't really know how we're supposed to do that if we're only supposed to be finding if we're only supposed to be using like the top three or the assignment that we did.
I was kind of confused on that part.
Yeah, yeah. I was thinking about it earlier too. I was like, how can we generate as many ideas as possible if we're only supposed to be using these.
And yeah, correct me if I'm wrong, since we are talking about, all of our experiences with the interview that we did, like that can go in the first stage. So yeah, cool. We did the introduction and all that stuff. As far as explanation, we can explain to each other all of our choices, and then, you know, then based off of what our explanation was for each of our choices, I think it's like three per person, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Then we do the silent generation after the fact, I think.
Because the interview the last question I think on the interview is asking the person the top three communicative skills. So if we already have those answers, how are we
Yeah.
supposed
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't know if she wants us to like compare and contrast like
Or
from
maybe skip that part, skip that step and go to the sharing ideas part.
I wouldn't be against it.
Yeah, I mean, realistically, I read both of them, and these step-by-step group techniques are very,
Yeah, it's like something that you're having a hard time, finding. I just yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Well then, we can go with the sharing ideas step, which is stage three. Oh, well, we can finish explaining the steps. And then it says using a flip chart board or computer projected system, the facilitator lists ideas for all to see. As ideas are shared, participants write down any new ideas that are sparked by other members' contributions. A major benefit of this process is that all members have equal ability to participate, which is a corrective in groups where some members tend to be more vocal. And then there's stage four, group discussion. The facilitator encourages group members to elaborate on ideas and to ask questions of one another to gain clarification on what the idea is and what benefit it might have. The facilitator should also monitor group climate, making sure that all ideas are given respectful consideration. Finally, the facilitator encourages group members to think about ways that the ideas might be combined to create additional ideas. Voting and ranking, which is stage five, members individually rank each idea, giving a one to the most favored idea. The typical way of reaching a decision is to total all members' rankings for each item, and the group's decision is the idea with the lowest total ranking. I don't even understand what that means. The group's decision is announced immediately so that members have a sense of closure when the meeting ends. Okay. So I don't even know how. Oh my gosh, I'm so confused. Oh, okay.
I'm also like kind of confused of where we've been putting these notes at if we were taking notes, because notes are kind of like part of the.
Yeah, well, I think it said on there on the assignment overview, it said to any notes or progresses or whatever, put them in the chat box
Oh,
because it's recording, so she'll be able to see them.
perfect, perfect.
Okay, so
You-
maybe we should just share ideas, or should we? I don't know. What do you
I
guys think?
mean, let's start with everybody's opinions first, right?
Okay, I think we're
It's
supposed to
just
go one by one, right?
just to make it a lot easier, which let's start with our own opinions
Yeah.
based off of the interviews as far as what the most important communicative skill is, right? If we start with that, then it can
Yeah,
kind
then
of
we can be able to
snowball into
brainstorm.
it can kind of snowball into what we need to talk about more frequently. So,
Okay,
um,
I agree. What about you, Devin?
I'm down.
Okay.
yeah, whatever is the easiest for y'all. I mean, I can start since I was the one who came up with that, and let me pull up my thingy mabobber.
Also, you weren't here when I had mentioned that I have two dogs in the background. So, like, if you hear them, just ignore them.
Oh yeah, you're good. I was knocked out, dude.
I don't blame you. I'm ready to go to sleep myself.
Yeah, I was like, it said 10 o'clock mountain time, and I'm not in mountain time, so it's definitely 11
Yeah, I'm
o'clock
Pacific
right
time.
now. I am dying.
Oh my gosh.
And I have to go to work at 6 tomorrow, so like, yeah, I'm cooked. Let's see. And I don't know, like I might have been dumb when I was doing this whole interview form, but in my opinion, I need to preface it with that. So I'm not
Mhm.
don't take my word as law because I don't know what I was saying for real.
No judgment here. I've been going through it this class.
Um, I
This is
as
my
far
second time
as
taking it, so.
oh, this is my first time in college in like 10 years, bro.
Felt that. Not 10 years.
Yeah,
What, 3, 4 years for me? So, yeah, I feel that.
yeah, I've yeah, it's been a minute, but
I was like, who knew communication could be so hard?
I do it every day at work. It's not fun.
Mm.
Let's see. So for my interview, um my interviewer person said that listening is the most important. And I mean, I actually for one, I actually agree with the individual that I interviewed the most for all of these for a lot of these questions and answers that we have. He's my direct supervisor at work, so um our kind of opinions on a lot of things kind of coincide a lot. But from top to bottom, we listed listening, observing, and then speaking, really,
Okay.
as our top three. The reasoning
Okay.
behind that, go ahead, sorry.
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to even cut you off.
No, you're
But
good.
if you could put because I think we should all put our three answers in the chat box for the notes.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
can do that.
she can see that. I doubt she's going to want to sit here and actually watch this whole thing.
Well, I think that that's one of the steps in the nominal group technique as well. Everybody's ideas are supposed to be seen by like all of
Yeah.
us. Yeah. So okay. And was that you can continue. I wasn't trying to cut you off.
Oh yeah, no, you're good. Whew, yeah, I mean, it's pretty cut and dry in my opinion why I think listening is the most important, right? Because as far as whenever you're trying to communicate to and from a target audience or anything along those lines, it's important for your audience to be able to listen and understand, and it's important for you to be listening and understanding as well, whatever however your audience is being receptive or lack thereof, in my opinion. So
Mhm.
and that kind of ties into observing, right? Observing everything and all that fun stuff. And then just kind of how you deliver your speech as well too, right? So there are a lot of times where I can come off as, and I'm just using myself as an example, but there are a lot of times where I can come off as very abrasive and, standoffish whenever I talk, and it's literally just how I talk, even though,
I feel
you
that.
know.
I know people say
So,
that about my face all the time.
and I'm like, I'm not trying to be an a-hole, dude. I just kind of how it came off. So that's kind of, yeah, that's my top three.
Okay. Devin, did you want to go next?
Yeah. So well, let me first put these in here. Chose listening. That was also my first one because listening just super important during any form of conversation. You can't really get through any kind of conversation if you're not actively listening. Because cool, you can say what you want to say, and if I'm not actually paying attention to you, I'm never going to get the message you're trying to get across.
Mhm.
So that's definitely like a big one, especially for my major, because I'm majoring in business management with a focus of international business.
Mm,
Um,
think
yeah,
big.
definitely, yeah, definitely like talking to like other countries and things like that. They might not know, or I might not know like how they go about conversations on a day to day.
Mhm.
So things can really get misconstrued, misinterpreted very easily. So you definitely have to sit there and hear everybody out completely before anything gets, messed up.
Mhm.
And
I'm,
what were you gonna say?
oh no, I was gonna say, I'm gonna tell you right now, living overseas for forever, my entire life. Yeah, Americans are not, yeah,
Mhm.
completely different.
Uh,
Mhm.
yeah,
In modern America, especially, there's so many different types of languages, people just making them up. And this means something way different than it meant years ago. Like it's just it's crazy because like some of the words that even my son uses now, I'm like he said a couple things to me already this year that I'm like, whoa, when I was in school, that meant something way different. And you are not supposed to say that to people. He's like, Mom,
right.
nothing bad. I'm like,
They're
it's
like,
just
what you
crazy
mean?
how the lingo changes and just one little thing can change the whole direction of a conversation.
Yeah, it's
Mhm.
like when teachers are like teachers from our generation, we're like, what are you talking about? Like, how did you even get here? I have no clue what you're talking about. We didn't say that. Well, then we did say
Yeah.
something completely different.
Yeah, it's definitely ambiguous.
Yeah. And my second one was written communication, because again, international business. If I'm not clear cut and concise with what I'm saying, say if I'm like a project manager, because the guy who I interviewed, it's actually a good friend of mine. He goes to my gym. So yeah, if I can't be clear cut and concise in any of like my documentations or anything like that, and I'm trying to put together a team, manage a project, I'm not going to get the right project. I'm not going to get the right product out to the customer.
Hmm.
That's going to put us back in our timeline. So it's like, that's definitely a big one. Saves
Yeah,
time.
communication. Definitely.
And also for my third one was public speaking. Go ahead and put that in there. And yeah, like,
Business.
right.
Yeah.
That one actually also ties in with what I plan on doing after business, because I'm doing this now as my undergrad. Once I go to graduate school, I'm gonna hopefully, if I get into graduate school, I plan on being a lawyer.
Mm.
So
Oh
all
yeah. Oh
really
we.
still tie in together. So this was kind of perfect for me.
Hmm.
Nice.
If I can't talk to, say, if I'm a lawyer, I can't talk to a courtroom. My defendants, he's cooked.
Yep.
Like
Cooked.
done for. He's going to jail. I
That's
can't.
probably the best way to challenge how far your abilities can go because they do not care. Sometimes it gets rough for them, depending on what kind of lawyer too.
Yeah, and like if you don't dogs, sorry. Yeah, if you are unable to like be confident up on like on the
Hmm.
court or anything like that, even just having a meeting with like other product managers, things like that,
Hmm.
things aren't gonna happen. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, I don't trust this guy because he doesn't even know what he's really trying to say. He's stuttering over his words. He's talking too fast. He's talking too slow. He doesn't know how to like keep himself composed in these kind of
Professionalism is
situations.
everything. Yeah.
we're gonna go in a different route.
Mm-hmm.
Or courtroom, law overturned. Anything like
Right.
that happen.
If you come into the courtroom, your presentation is off. They don't even believe nothing you say from the gate.
So that's
And
perfect.
that's what depicts what kind of lawyer you are. That's how the best of the best became the best of the best, because they made that their usual style. Like
Yeah.
Johnny Cochran, they always come ready, prepared, and they don't second guess themselves. Like my mom used to tell me, you can be a lawyer when you grow up. I'm like, because I used to just like stick up for people, but I'm like, girl, my stage fright is too real to be no lawyer.
Yeah, like there's a lot of charisma that goes with it, but same as me. Stage fright, I can't do it. No.
Mm-mm. I cannot. Oh my gosh! If there's a certain amount if the amount of people in here is over a certain number, oh my gosh, I might pass out.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
Before we move on, you kind of made a really good point too that I want to touch on a little bit. How old is everybody in this like voice call right now?
I'm
Because
24.
that kind of that it sounds crazy, but that kind of can affect like a little bit of like miscommunication and all that
mhm.
stuff.
Oh,
I,
a
And
lot.
it ties into a communication a lot too. So I just wanted to I just wanted to see what
I'm
our
31.
age range is. So it's a little different, right? We have 24, 31, and I'm 27, so a little bit. There's not necessarily that big of a disparity, and it's not going to affect much of our opinion, differing opinions more
Hmm.
than outside of just like our individual beliefs. So,
Hmm.
but I did want to point that out
And I
that
think some
could
of
have
that comes with
affected it
school too. Like,
something as well.
you can like, for me, I feel like we're, because of how we've been able to go to school and continue our education on past high school, they're always teaching us different ways of communicating or writing and stuff like that. Because I feel like I know a lot of people my age that don't know how to say everything in a professional way. They don't like, to them it's odd, or like not flipping the handle on every single little thing is weird to them, to where it's like, okay, where did these skills for me come from? Because I swear we all went to the same school.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
it's continuing and being able to have that self discipline, because I don't feel like I would have been able to get through Boise State without self discipline.
Yeah, it's very much like a varying levels of life experience do tie into a lot of this as well, right? So, Devin, you've been in college ever since 18, or
No, so actually I was in
if you don't
college.
mind me asking.
No, you're fine. You're fine. I started college when I was 19,
Uh,
but at some point I realized that, well, I realized two things. I couldn't afford school, and I didn't even know what I wanted to really do in life. Because at first
type.
I was in school for biomedical engineering. Math, not for me. I love biology. I love engineering. I don't like math. So I,
Me either.
yeah,
I just switched my major back from the medical imaging program to nursing because of all the math classes.
way too much. It's definitely an overload because
Hmm.
not everybody's mathematically gifted, and
Hmm.
like you can learn it. That doesn't mean you're gonna retain it. So,
Right.
uh, uh,
Okay.
yeah, after I got out of school, that's when I joined the military. So another big thing, public speaking, listening, written communication, that's just a big part of my day-to-day job as well.
No
What
branch.
branch of the military? Oh.
Uh, you're fine. Same question. That's great.
Thanks.
Air Force.
How long you been in now?
Been there for 3 years, going on 4.
Damn, I feel old as hell. That is insane. Okay.
Crazy. Thank you for your service. My dad's a Marine.
Bro,
Heck,
I've been in for 10 years this year.
Oh,
heck yeah.
really? You are too? Oh, thank you guys for your service. Oh
Mhm.
my gosh, I feel like, oh my gosh, that's terrible. I'm the only one that's
I,
not.
it ain't for everybody.
Yeah, no,
It's
my brother
it's
wanted
not
to
for
get into the
everybody.
military so badly. He was in the ROTC thing at school too. He was like looking so forward to it, but he had some mental health thing when he was like 13, and they like held it against him. So
Little things.
Nah, yeah, that's not a thing anymore. Yeah.
yeah, that's what I told him. I was like, you should just go try again, because it killed his dream. Oh my gosh. But I told
You
him, like,
can
the laws have changed now. Like, you should probably.
should be able to join still. If he's younger than 42, he good.
This
Yep.
man
He's
whole
only 20. He turned
that's
28 this year.
crazy.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna put mine, and I think all three of us had the same first answer because mine was active listening for number one too.
Very good. That makes it a lot easier.
And then I put, well, for what I didn't put, but that's what these are the three answers that I got from who I interviewed, um, who's actually a nurse. So it was nonverbal communication for number two,
Okay.
and then empathy and compassion.
Mm.
That
Yeah,
is
So
which is
that's
also one of
the
my top three. So love it.
first like not active skill, in
Hmm.
my opinion, based off of our list, right?
Right.
Um,
that's definitely something you're more so born with. I'll say that.
I was just about to say, the fact that the two military guys didn't point that out is very telling
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because that's
because
something that you're born with.
Yeah.
So do you think everyone's born with compassion?
I don't think everybody's
hell
born
no.
with passion, but I definitely do think that certain life events growing up is what either makes or breaks it for you.
Everyone's born innocent or
Yeah,
pure. Yeah, I get you. Okay.
That's interesting though.
Yeah, it is. I mean, that's one of my top. I think it's because like I don't know. People always tell me the same thing because I'm just like my mom. Like growing up, I never understood why my mom would just do anything for anybody. Like anybody that needs help, she'll help them. Like it doesn't matter if like they were just talking about her behind her back and she heard them. Like it doesn't matter. Like she'll just help them. And it used to make me mad as a kid. I'm like I felt like people were making a fool of my mom. But like now that I'm older and I'm an adult and I have kids, I don't know why I feel like the kids have something to do with it, but they tell me I'm always trying. You can't save everyone, Genevieve. You can't save everyone. You're just trying to always save everyone. Like even because I've had my lapse with homelessness and stuff like that, and like even when I was homeless, like if I had $5 and I seen a homeless person, I would give them two, and they would be like, "How are you gonna help somebody? You don't even have anything like for yourself." But now I understand like why my mom's why she does that because it's hard for me not to have compassion. When you see somebody hurting or somebody that needs help, it's hard to not want to help. For me, at least. And I think a lot of it has to do with how we're raised as well.
for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, definitely.
yeah.
It's
Or
very
just our
much
childhood as a whole, what we're raised to believe is right and wrong.
See, we're kind of similar in that aspect because my mom, people person. I'm a people person too.
Yeah.
I'm a people pleaser by nature, but at the same time, like we were talking about, life events happen that either makes or breaks it. So I kind of try to stray away from being overly compassionate because
Hmm.
people get done wrong. And
Exactly. And that's the downfall of it.
yeah, like
I
Yeah,
was
when you
about to
overdo it. And
say
that's
y'all are about to make me the only bad person in the group chat. That's insane.
no, because you have to have a balance. That's what you're the part that's missing because that's it has to be a balance. And that's what I had so much trouble with. I think I'm getting it now as I'm over the age of 30. You have to set boundaries, especially when I have children, you know what I mean? So like they have to come first at the end of the day. So you just for me it
A
was more so
thousand
who am
percent.
I gonna be? I'm already 30. I'm not getting any younger. So like if I don't like it, I gotta change it. So
yeah,
100%. No. Well, to keep us a little bit more on topic, I
yes,
love the discussion. Obviously, I do.
me too.
But to keep us more on topic, how are we gonna? It's kind of hard to hash it out. Number one's um
that's pretty
pretty
cut.
self-explanatory. Yeah,
Yeah.
everybody agrees.
Okay, yeah.
Um,
So we're gonna I'm gonna write in here in the chat one, two, and three. Which one? Okay, so because I think we have to rank in order too. Which one is most favorite is one, and then second most favorite is two, third most favorite is three. So
yeah,
we all vote first most favorite is gonna be active listening.
For sure.
yeah.
Okay.
Listening as a whole, not
Yeah.
necessarily just active, but yeah,
Yeah.
listening as a whole. Um, my son just started
Okay.
crying. I hope he
So
didn't.
now the hard part. Which one is
Oh,
gonna be number two? Um,
Oh,
I would say, and um,
well, oh, go ahead, go ahead. You were talking.
I'm trying to think, because it's like, my my communicative skills that I wrote are really broad and overarching, as opposed to like how specific your guys' were. So, like observing can kind of tie into nonverbal communication and empathy and compassion, and then written communication as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's
Oh
like,
my gosh, you just said exactly what I was gonna say.
so it's like, I mean, observing can kind of encompass all of that, but
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Anything that's not verbally saying something is nonverbal communication. So
yeah, so it's like, I mean,
okay, so number two is gonna be nonverbal communication.
I
I
can,
don't.
yeah, I mean, yeah, I would say number two would be nonverbal, honestly, because body language is a big factor into
Right.
any kind of conversation. I have a really stern face a
Mm-hmm.
lot of the time. Like, I have a conversation with my girlfriend, and she's just not having it because I don't look like I care half the time, but I'm like, I'm here.
Oh my gosh.
Here, I'm listening as best as I can because I'm a horrible listener. It's a lot of things I'm working on.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that nonverbal communication is definitely,
Well, I don't know. I think it's hard to be a good listener as it is anyway. So I think majority of people are, they're either decent or, they're not good. Because I feel like half the world are bad listeners because all of us listen with different objectives and different, some of us are listening just to respond, or some of us are listening just to tell somebody our
Yeah,
opinion. I feel like I've only met a couple people in my life that like actually listen.
that's true.
And myself included, like it's hard for
1,000%.
me to just listen. Like when I'm talking to my kids, especially like when they're telling me something, it's hard to not tell somebody how they should feel. It's hard to not tell somebody your opinion of them, even if it's like a positive opinion of them. Sometimes people don't care about that. They just want you to hear them. So it's hard for me sometimes not to like overly encourage people when they're telling me their problems. I'm like, Genevieve, just be quiet, just listen. They just want you to listen. Like,
Yeah. I mean, but sometimes I get that mixed up with just listening and just being respectful to not cut them off. Because I catch myself
Hmm.
very often now. Like, cool, I'm listening. I'm not saying anything. You said one thing that I'm only gonna think about that one thing until you're done talking, and then I'll say something. So I forgot what it's called because it was in my psychology class where
Selective listening.
yeah, it's like selective listening pretty much, but it's like I'm holding this because this is the one thing that I'm going to attack on, you know?
yeah, or but like what see that but that's when it comes because for me like sometimes it gets complicated because some people will only point out or only make emphasis to that one thing, and and versus everything else. Like sometimes that's what it sounds like you want me to attach onto because that's what it sounds like is bothering you the most, or that's what it sounds like you're pinpointing at the most without actually saying it.
Yeah.
So communication is so difficult and confusing.
Yeah. I have learned though, it always comes down to the principle of the matter.
Hmm.
Not the action, it's how the action even began.
Hmm. Right. What's the purpose?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because like one thing that I learned that is really, really useful, but it's hard is it paraphrasing or like, like when somebody tells you and then you like kind of sum up what they just told you, but you don't give your
Paraphrasing.
opinion. That's paraphrasing, right? Yeah. That's hard for me too, because like for some reason it always sounds like I'm telling someone what I think instead of like what they're actually saying.
Yeah. I mean, it's always gonna have some personal inflection whenever you're trying to
Yeah.
paraphrase for something, right? Whether you intend for it to, whether you intend for it to or not, because it's coming from you.
Yeah.
So even if you're not intending for that to be the case, it's always gonna sound personal
Yeah.
because if it didn't sound personal, then you would sound like a fucking excuse my language, you would sound like a robot. So
Hmm.
yeah, yeah, you
Okay,
caught that,
so
huh?
nonverbal, right? Everybody?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is probably the hardest part. Okay, what was the last one, guys? What's the third most important?
I would say, seeing as there are three people and 2 out of 3 say speaking, I would say speaking.
Speaking, public speaking, or just speaking in general?
It's just speaking in general.
Language, everything. Hmm.
Yeah. Just
tone
to
of
just to
voice.
kind of just to make it a little easier,
Yeah, just to
right?
encompass the whole thing because
Yeah.
we're using the same skills in a
Mm-hmm.
versus a one-on-one. It's like I still want to get my point across to you as clearly as possible
Mm-hmm.
and deliver the proper message. So
Mhm.
Right.
public speaking, I'll just put that under speaking.
And sometimes public speaking goes into like presentation and stuff. So sometimes you have like props and stuff like that that you use, and presentation things that help you during a presentation that help people better understand. So yeah, like, speaking is a big thing.
This is literally public speaking right now, right?
Yep.
Especially for like um it's about as impromptu as it can get because no offense, I don't know neither, y'all. So
Mm-hmm.
it's about as impromptu as it's gonna get. I'm
Mm-hmm.
sure it's the same for y'all, right? Like everybody's nervous ticks start creeping up and all that stuff, and it just whatever is habitual when it comes to conversation kind of
Mm-hmm.
just starts taking root whenever we're talking publicly to people that we don't know. So
Right. Then you find that the hardest part was getting started.
exactly.
Yeah, okay. So then the third is going to be speaking.
I do have one other thing that I want to add on to that. I still agree with that, of course,
Mhm.
but to go with that speaking part, to make it easier for myself at least, because I was already having the nerves, like he was just saying, even being in the Zoom call with people I don't even know. But there's like the self and then the ego. You kind of got to detach the ego from the self and just act as the ego
Mm-hmm.
to make certain objectives like this as easy as possible. It's like
Mm-hmm.
I just have a task. Let me just do the task. Let me
Right.
think about
Do you
it.
think logic
Have
falls
you
into that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
have you been through
Logic.
ALS yet?
No, I go through AL. Well, I'm actually testing here in June.
Oh, you didn't make staff yet.
No.
Okay. Whenever you go through ALS, go ahead.
No,
Take care
you're
of your dog. Do your thing.
appreciate that.
No, you're
Is
good,
that
bro.
like sign language?
No, it's Airman Leadership School.
Oh.
Yeah, it's basically like a little course where teaches you how to be a leader. It doesn't teach you jack diddly, honestly. Um, at least when I went through it, it didn't.
Yeah.
It was really
Why?
annoying.
Because it just said a bunch of stuff that you already knew.
Yeah,
But do
kind
you
of,
think
sort
that there's a
of.
lot of things that you already knew before adulthood that a lot of people, most people in the world don't?
Well, it's an experience thing too, right? I'll touch on it a little bit more whenever he gets here, but whenever you promote, whenever you make rank, it's very different. Like everybody's journey in the military is different. Like from the outside looking in, everybody thinks that it's like, oh, like it's just this rigid journey of step one, two, three, with four,
Mhm.
five, six. Like Devin's been in for 3 years and he's testing for a rank that I didn't get to test for in 3 years because I got in trouble and I lost rank and all this other stuff. So it took me a while to actually start being able to being eligible to test again and all this stuff. So um
Right,
yeah,
because it's about building character mostly, right? And
yeah.
yeah.
But what I was getting at is in ALS whenever you end up going so there's going to be a lot of public speaking. It's actually quite obnoxious how many PowerPoints they make you make. At least the course that I went through. I don't know, wherever you're stationed, I don't know how it works over there.
Fairchild, so it's kind of the
Oh,
same.
you're in Fairchild?
Yeah.
Are you maintenance? If you don't
Yeah.
mind asking, you are?
Fortunately,
What shop?
hydro.
Hmm,
Mm.
a meanie.
Oh, all right. Yeah.
Do you know this I'm so sorry if this is like shoehorning into this conversation, but this is how the Air Force is. Do you know a Metler?
Metler.
Yeah, senior airman type. He made staff this year.
Back shop or flight line?
Flightline.
No, I just got back from deployment myself, and I haven't really had a whole lot of experience with flightline E&E. I've only really
Oh, are
dealt.
you back shop?
I'm MXS.
Okay, you are. Okay.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I haven't really dealt with a whole lot of flightline E&E.
No, I
Where
got
you
you.
deployed?
Where? Oh,
The deed.
Where were
I
you?
I was in Saudi. We were in.
Oh, you were in PSAB?
Yeah,
Ooh,
Really?
is it different?
Gross.
Oh,
bro.
It's not bad.
is it
I was there
you
in
guys, was it like
22.
were you guys doing like combat, or you just had to like outreach or something?
He
Just
fixes airplanes.
yeah.
Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't know nothing about that.
No, yeah, you're good.
My
But
dad, he's retired military, but he just also retired from the he was the base. He does the fueling the jets on the base for the military jets.
okay.
He just retired like last month, actually.
Nice. Yeah, that's good. He got paid to drive around, do nothing
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah, his contract was solidified like 12 years ago until retirement, and then he wasn't supposed to retire till December, but with Trump and these new laws, I guess he had something where you can retire early and still get your pay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I
Wow.
was like, oh my gosh. He's like, this would be the first time I'm voting for him. I'm like, you need to stop. He's so ridiculous.
Yeah.
So yeah. Okay, so then third most favored was speaking. That's what I put for that's what our decisions were, right?
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
Okay. So yeah, I think that concludes the meeting for the most part. And then we have to do our essays, I guess. And then
Just just a reminder, the thing says that the link for this Zoom is going to be on yours specifically, Miss Genevieve.
mhm.
And
Yeah, and then if you guys need it, just you can email me.
yeah,
If you guys right now, I can send you the link if you guys want me to.
I actually
yeah,
have
it
a
works. It don't matter.
Okay.
Whatever works.
Alrighty. And yeah, because I think it's gonna upload like to the cloud or something. Well, I'm also gonna I'm gonna post it on YouTube, on our YouTube studio thing that she has to
Mm-hmm.
do. So then do you guys want me to just send you guys that link?
that's
Yeah,
perfect.
that
Better,
works too.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
because then
works
you can use
too.
the subtitles and stuff if you need to. Alrighty. It was nice meeting you guys.
It was nice meeting y'all. Devin, if you have any questions about military stuff, I've been in for 5 million years, bro. So
I'm probably
and
definitely gonna hit you up then
yeah,
because
I know a ton of people in Fairchild too.
Fairchild Fund. Yeah.
Where's
Yeah,
that?
Washington.
Spokane.
Okay. I'm in
Yeah,
California, San Diego.
Oklahoma.
North Carolina.
Oh,
Yeah.
I have a friend that just went there. Like literally, he just got back today. He
Oh,
went for a
heck.
party.
Nice. Are you on leave or something?
Yeah. I'm on leave for like another week.
Oh,
That's
you're an R&R. You just got back from deployment. Yeah.
yeah.
Nice,
Is it hard
dude.
for you being away from home that long?
It was different. I will say it was definitely different. Different.
I
PSAB is fun,
literally,
bruh.
if it was, that's like the main reason I would never be able to go to the military. Like I have anxiety and depression and stuff already. I would, oh my gosh, I don't think I'd survive. Oh no.
PSAB is fun, bruh. I
Well, at least when we went, my rotation couldn't go off base, couldn't do anything. Like I had no intention to go off base in the first place. It
I
was just
played ball and went to the gym for six
yeah,
months.
work in gym. That's all I did.
Oh my
It,
gosh. Oh
it
yeah.
was
I mean, I guess
fun.
it's for men it's different, especially when you don't have like, are you guys married?
Yeah,
I
I'm
mean,
married and I have a son.
I'm just
Oh,
my girlfriend.
okay. How does your wife deal with when do you go deployment still?
Yeah, I just came back from one.
Where'd you go?
I can't say.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
That's tight.
that's a good one.
That's tight.
I genuinely could. I genuinely can't. Like
I have two sons. One is 14. He'll be 14 this July, and the other one is 12.
damn.
Yeah,
Yeah.
two
How's it
sons. Oh
feel?
my gosh. Jesus. The
Yeah,
14-year-old, he's already like 30.
my son is 2, and like I already feel like he gives me all the attitude in the world.
Oh my gosh, you're gonna miss it though. It goes by like, oh my God. I miss when
Yeah,
babies were little.
yeah. I don't know. I don't enjoy tripping over Legos. That
Stepping
junk
on him,
hurt.
huh? Oh my gosh.
That junk hurt.
Oh my gosh.
You gotta walk around in sneakers all day.
No,
That's what
bro.
I be telling
I
him. I'm like, you
literally
think your nana and
have
your
to
papa
have
are just
shoes on
soft?
all the time.
Right. My mom didn't play that. Like our parents were I don't know, my parents were a different generation.
Yeah.
And then now that they're grandparents, they're just like, different people and stuff. Like my kids have not seen
Like
that side of them. I'm like, oh,
why
you guys
you
just think Nana and Papa are just amazing, but
why y'all do my grandbaby so
yeah, don't
dirty?
do that
Like,
to them. I'm
come
like,
on, bruh.
you used to hang us by our ankles. Like, what is wrong with you?
Yeah, I feel that. Absolutely.
It is insane. My dad used to say the craziest stuff to me, and then like he'd be like, I see him like talking to my son, and then, like, don't talk to my grandson like that. I'm like,
Yeah. Or
boy,
some of the stuff my son says to me because he's about to be 14. I'd be like, oh my gosh, you have no idea what your grandpa would have did to you. He's like, Papa wouldn't have did anything to me. I'm like, ooh,
Like what?
I told him, I said, you know what? You done got soft on these kids and they don't even know who like they're just different people. I swear. I'm like, I wish you guys
mm-hmm,
like even my brother had to stop last time. He was like, what did you say? He was like, he said, you said Papa's not an a-hole because he said, yeah, don't call my grandpa that. I said, oh Jesus, he didn't grow up with the one we had, okay?
mm-hmm,
I swear, my mom and my dad didn't play. Okay, guys.
mm-hmm.
Thank you guys. I'll send you guys the
Yeah.
link right after I get done uploading it.
Yes.
All good. I'm gonna go night night.
Yeah, I could imagine how you got work.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, have a good one.
All right. Good luck, guys.